Now a month ago, I made this video highlighting 10 cars which are pointless in Forza Horizon 5. And you guys seem to love that video, you guys loved it so much. So to make you guys happy again, here is a sequel. So let's hit 4,000 likes on this video if you love pointless cars and racing games. Oh, and also this is not meant to be a hate video whatsoever. I don't want Forza to remove these cars, but if they were to sacrifice some cars to get in some new cars which we asked for, then you know these would be the cars that I would sacrifice. So hello, it is I, and let's get into this video. Forza Horizon 5, we have two different versions of the McLaren 720S. We of course have this Coupe, which has a fixed roof, and we also have the Spider, which is, well, it's a Spider, it's a convertible car. Now of course with the Spider being a convertible, you can actually put the roof up on this car, which is really cool. And also with the Spider, you actually have aftermarket customization, which is amazing. I mean, look at this diffuser, look at these side skirts over here, look at that, and you even have a carbon fiber bonnet with vents. It's like a P1, it's amazing. But with the Coupe, well, yeah, you have Forza Wing and Forza Splitter, and nobody wants to put that on a supercar like this. So you might be wondering, why on earth will I get the Coupe instead of the convertible? And I don't know why. It's basically pointless to get the Coupe. I mean, I guess the speedometer is stuck in race mode, but like, is that worth the lack of customization just to have that speedometer? Well, for me, it's not, and that's why it's in this video, because it has a lack of customization and a lack of features. So yeah, the 720S Coupe is a pretty pointless car in my opinion. In Forza Horizon 5, we have the Sierra Cars RX3, which is a really cool car. I mean, it's basically just a small buggy that is powered by a Hayabusa engine, which makes this car really nippy and really fast and a lot of fun. But then in the Rally Adventure expansion, we got the Sierra Cars 700R, which is basically a worse version of the RX3. As instead of being powered by a Hayabusa engine, it's powered by a 700cc motorcycle engine producing 50 horsepower, which is basically half of what the RX3 produces, so it's basically just a worse version of the RX3. And to make matters worse, the 700R actually is very expensive and hard to find in the game, but the RX3 you can buy in the auto show for like 45 grand or like something really cheap like that, so yeah, it's so much more accessible. And yeah man, that's why the 700R is in this video, because it's basically a worse version of the RX3, which is harder to get and more expensive. So yeah, it's a pretty pointless car in my opinion. Now in Forza Horizon 5, we of course have this amazing Camaro ZL1 1LE, yeah. And yeah, this is such a cool car. It looks cool, it sounds cool, and it has cool exhaust tips. And it gets even cooler when you take this car into your garage, because if you go to conversions, you can actually install a Street Fighter wide body kit onto it, which completely transforms this car into a crazy car. And you can also put a Street Fighter wing onto it, like a ducktail, and a Street Fighter bonnet, which doesn't do anything here. And just like that, I made this car even crazier. I mean, look at how wide this car is. It looks so cool. It almost looks fake. I mean, it is fake, it's a video game. And then Forza added this, the Exorcist, which is basically the exact same car as the ZL1 1LE, except it's modified by Hennessy, so it produces a lot more power, and yeah, that's about it. Aesthetically, this car is identical to the standard car, except it has a Hennessy badge and it has window stickers. But yeah, the only real difference is the power. But if you want more power from the ZL1 1LE, then why don't you just modify the car? So don't get me wrong, yeah, the Exorcist is a really cool car, but when it has less customization and it's basically identical to the existing ZL1 1LE in the game already, it's pretty pointless, and that's why it's in this video. Now in Forza Horizon 5, we have this beautiful Holden Monaro. Is it Monaro? I think it's a Monaro. Holden Monaro HQ or something like that. And it's a really cool car. But I hate to break it to you, this car is kind of pointless in this game. Because not only do we have this Holden Monaro, we also have the Holden Sandman, which is basically the same exact car as the Monaro, but it's a long batty boy. I mean, when I say batty boy, I mean like, not like, you know what I mean, but like the back is big, that's what I'm trying to say. Now you might be wondering, oh, what if I don't like the big back? What if I want a small back? What if I want a slim back like the Monaro? Well, you can actually go to aero and appearance and turn this car into a ute. So you can actually have a thin back if you want a thin back. And along with turning this car into a ute, you can also install robots, mate. Get them kangaroos out the way, mate. I'm so sorry about that accent, that's so terrible, I don't know what that was. And just like that, I converted the Sandman into a ute with rhubards on the front, mate. But on the Monaro, well, you can't do anything like that. You basically drive the car as it is. I mean, I think you can install a blower onto it, but you can install a blower onto the Sandman as well. So yeah, that's why it's in this video. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Monaro is a really cool car, but it's pretty pointless, and yeah, that's why I'm talking about this. In Forza Horizon 5, we have three different three different variants of the R35 GTR. Now, the Black Edition, of course, has a Liberty Walk widebody kit, which is pretty cool. The Nismo variant of the new one has a Varis widebody kit, which is really cool as well. And then you get the new GTR, which doesn't really have any of that. So yeah, that's why it's in this video, because it only has Forza mods, like Forza Aero, which is stupid. In Forza Horizon 5, we have all these 991 generation Porsche 911s. Okay, now let's eliminate some, okay? The Speedster is cool, so we'll let that pass. The GT2 RS has a widebody kit, so we'll let that pass. And the Turbo is pretty different, so we'll let that pass as well. And that leaves us with the two GT3 RSs. Now on the 991.2, you can actually install Forza Aero on the front and change the wing to a Forza wing, which is pretty bad. But on the 991.1, you can actually put Forza Aero on the front and do nothing on the back. What is this? Okay, now yes, I know no one's actually gonna put a Forza wing onto a GT3 RS because that would look terrible, but it is less customization, and that's why it's in this video, because it has slightly less customization than the 991.2. In Forza Horizon 5, we have so many Jeeps. I mean, we have Jeeps where you can remove the doors, you can have Jeeps where you can actually rock climb, and there are Jeeps where you can actually put down the windshield. But then you get cars like this, the CJ5 Renegade. It's like this awkward car where the seats are broken and my character is like sitting through the seats right now. So yeah, I don't know what you'd really do with this car. I don't know anybody who actually drives this car on a regular basis in this game, or even at all. So yeah, there's nothing really special about this car apart from the upholstery. I mean, it's blue upholstery, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man, other than that, it's a pretty pointless car in my opinion. The Evo 8 has been seen in Forza ever since the first ever Forza game. Yep, that was Motorsport 1 in 2005. And then in Motorsport 3, we saw the Evo 9 for the first time. And that car basically made the Evo 8 obsolete. Why did it make the car obsolete? Well, let me show you. Because this car had the exact same customization as the Evo 9. So, you know, you have all these bumpers which keep the car an Evo 8, if you get what I mean. But with the Evo 9, we have the exact same customization, which actually turns the 9 into an 8, if you kind of get what I mean. Like, as you can see, it has the Evo 8 grille no matter what customization part you put on the car. But with the Evo 8, all the customization is already an 8, if you get... Am I confusing you? I don't know. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that you can actually convert the Evo 9 into an Evo 8, but you can't convert the Evo 8 into a 9, if you get what I mean. That is so hard to explain, but basically with the Evo 9, you're killing two birds with one stone, but with the Evo 8, you're stuck with an 8 no matter what you do. So yeah, that's why the Evo 8 is in this video. Now in Forza Motorsport 6, we saw this Aston Martin V12 Vantage S for the first time. But then in Forza Horizon 3, we saw the GT12, which is basically the same car as this, but better in every way. I mean, here I'm driving the GT12 and you know, this car produces more power, it weighs like 100 kilos less, and it just looks cooler as well. Now you might be thinking, oh, this car looks way too race car for me, I don't like the wing, I want to get rid of the wing. Well, in that case, you can actually get rid of the wing like this, and now you have a pretty tame looking car. And also, it's not just the customization side of things which makes this car better, this car is better detailed as well. Because if I drive the Vantage S into water, then look at the wipers, yep, they look very thin and flimsy, like it doesn't look high quality. But if I drive the GT12 into water, well, look at the wipers, yep, they look so much more thicker and reinforced and more high quality, it's like so much more detailed. So don't get me wrong, yeah, the Vantage S is a really cool car, but it's pretty pointless compared to the GT12. Now in Forza Horizon 5, we have two different versions of the BMW M4. Now the standard M4 of course has a wide body kit along with a lot of customization as well, like individual customization like a Street Fighter splitter, an AC Schnitzer splitter, and a bunch of wings and everything, like you know, it has a lot of customization. But with the GTS, you can only remove the spoiler and you can actually put police lights, which you can't see right now, but those are police lights. I mean, honestly, the only thing I really like about the M4 GTS is of course the police lights, the wheels, and the splitter. But then again, you can put a similar splitter onto the M4, so yeah, that's why this car is in this video. I mean, out of all of the cars in this video, this is probably like the least pointless out of them all, but it's still pretty pointless.